Hi everyone, welcome to another YouTube video. This is part 2 of my tips for starting the bar course. My next tip is a practical one, and it is to grow a thick skin. One thing about the bar is that some people are coming straight from university, some people are coming from another career, some people are coming from a period of work following graduation from an undergraduate degree. So everybody's coming from a different space. But most of the people there are heading for the same goal, the same aim. There are going to be other people that want to go to the same chambers as you. There are going to be other people that want to practice human rights law just like you. There are going to be other people that want to go to the best commercial sets in London just like you. And so, given that environment, it is a melting pot of aspirational, driven, ambitious, intelligent people. And whenever you're in an environment like that, sometimes people, in their bid to get ahead, will try to maybe knock you down or discourage you or do things that you would not necessarily expect. When it comes to having a thick skin, it's really important to know your worth and to conserve your energy. This is not the time to get into any needless debates. That's another thing that I found that happened in our large group sessions. Sometimes people just argue for the sake of it. It was bizarre to me. There was 2 people in my group of 12 in particular that week in, week out, they were guaranteed to have some type of legal argument. And I'd just be thinking to myself, gosh, you people, you have time. You really have time. That's just posturing. That's just people trying to let you know, I'm intellectually there, I'm sharp, I'm astute. But when you go into these spaces and you know that you have nothing to prove, then you just self-eliminate. I don't get into any arguments because I know what I came here to do. That is the reality of any space that you find yourself in life. Sometimes you're going to naturally find your tribe, and other times you're going to realize that the people that are in that space are not necessarily all for you. And it might just be you have one friend. It might be you have 2 friends. It might be that you are your only friend. And that's okay, particularly on that course, because that course goes like that. The other thing is, do not forget the focus. When you're on a bar course, yes, you're on a vocational course and you're very much focused on doing well and getting a great result. But the focus, if you're trying to get to the Bar of England and Wales, is pupillage. The focus is networking. The focus is greater than the course. So where you can, be very intentional about going to pupillage fairs, about going to chambers open days. Just pick a selection. You do not have to be everywhere, but you should be in some places. For example, your Inns of Court, there are going to be, I think, 12 mandatory qualifying sessions. When you get there, be very intentional about how you conduct yourself, about what you talk about the networks that you're building. Now, when the bar course gets really hard, it gets difficult. What I mean by that is, it can be stressful sometimes. It can feel just really long and grueling, especially when you're in exam season and you've missed a couple of social events. It's those times when you really need to remember your why. Why are you doing this course? Why are you putting yourself through it? You, as someone who's doing this course, you know what you may have been through or how you may have raised the money or the scholarships that you might have got in order to get you to where you are. So don't forget that. I think it's so important to have on your mood board or to have some sort of visual representation of where you are going. For me, when I was doing the bar course, I had a vision board and I had my 3 top chambers that I wanted to go to on that vision board. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And I had a few other non-bar related things on my vision board. But that vision board, it really helped to keep me focused. When I was doing the bar course, it's the same year when I applied for pupillage and got pupillage. So for me, it was ultra focused. I did not come to play about. And so I can only recommend that to those of you who are really serious about coming to the Bar of England and Wales. Stay focused. Have your vision in front of you. Write the vision, make it plain, so that those who look at it can run after it. So whenever you see that vision on your door, on your wall, wherever it might be, then you know, I have not come to mess about. I have not come to waste time. I have come to succeed on this course. The reason why that is even more important is what I found is some people had a job alongside doing the bar course. I had a job, but it was very flexible. I could choose my own hours. I could fit it around my studies. I had understanding people that I was working with. But other people took jobs that had rigid working hours. They took jobs that were intense, more than 12 hours, for example. And what I found is that those were the people who were more likely to have to repeat their exams. They were more likely to struggle, miss sessions. Now, I don't think that every session, you have to be at every session, but it's also about knowing how your mind works, how much time you need to digest things, knowing how much time you need to reproduce documents or to understand concepts and get them in your head. And making room for that is really important. So I'm not saying that everybody that has a job on the bar course is going to fail. I'm not saying that everybody that has a job is going to struggle. But what I'm saying is that you should make sure any job that you're doing, any extracurricular activity, any external commitment, it needs to be peripheral. It needs to fit around the bar course in a way that's going to allow you to thrive and in a way that is not going to hinder your progress. If you have any questions about anything I've said, anything pertaining to the bar course, pupillage, just drop a comment down below. Thank you.